Hello, welcome to WayPoint Survival. Today, we're going to talk about putting together a dog survival kit. Got some good stuff in it. I think you'll like it. Make sure and stay tuned. For those of you who haven't met him yet, this is Bentley. Look at the camera, Bentley, over here. Yeah, he's an Australian Shepherd. He's about a year old. He's still a puppy. And he's been following me around the property as we film and make videos. Now, we do still have Spirit, our other dog. Spirit is a Great Pyrenees, but he's pretty old. And so he doesn't travel around with me anymore. But this is my new trail buddy, my new companion. And he loves to have his head scratched, and he loves to have his belly rubbed. That's one of his favorite things. Get that old belly rubbed. Yeah, he's a good dog. But anyway, I thought I'd introduce you to him and then talk about the pack that we've put together for him should we go out and walk around the trails and he would need some supplies. This backpack kit is made by Pet Ami, and you can see a little bit about the construction of it there. We've been walking on the trail. He's a little tired, so he's sitting there just panting and chilling, and he probably wonders what I'm doing. It does have a place where you can attach a leash, both here as well as, sit down, come on, lay down. He doesn't want to cooperate. All right, you can sit a little better this way. So we've got two nice D-rings, metal here and here. There's also a handy strap handle where in case you are trying to help him up a ledge or something like that, or if he gets in a creek, although he swims pretty good, but you'll be able to kind of help him out. It does have a nice chest strap here. Goes all the way around and attaches. And so it's got a nice chest harness to it. And he doesn't seem to mind it at all. So we're really liking this. And it's not super heavy for him. It only weighs about 5.6 pounds, so 5.5 pounds, something like that. You like that, don't you, Bentley? Yeah. Shake hands. As you know, companionship on the trail and in camp makes the whole experience so much more enjoyable. And with that, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mave. Mave is all about feeding your canine companion with complete confidence, using clean ingredients and balanced supplements coupled with ease of use. Even though your dog doesn't come with an instruction manual, Mave does. There's even a detailed transition guide to wean your dog off of the old food and bring them over to 100% wholesome Mave raw food. Mave is so healthy and free of chemicals that you need to store it in the freezer. You can either give it to your dog frozen or let it set out about 10 minutes before feeding it to them. Also, my dog absolutely loves the daily supplement bars and just gobbles them up. Mave can help your dog in these 7 essential areas of health. It's good for their oral health. It helps them maintain better weight and digestion. It helps boost their immune health. It helps calm their anxiety. It supports hip and joint health. It supports a better skin and coat. And it helps puppies develop properly with the special puppy formula from Mave. So if you want proper and balanced nutrition for your four-legged trail buddy, scan the QR code that's been showing on the screen or click on the link in the description box, as well as in the top pinned comment section of the video. Isn't it about time that your dog gets the nutrition they need? With multiple options to fit any dog of any age, from raw food to the daily supplement bar, as well as the bone broth topper, Mave has the answer to your best friend's nutrition for a long and healthy life. Here's a better view of what it looks like when it's off of him. And this goes around the neck, and then this goes around his belly, right here, through this loop. So it goes just like this, and this snaps in. So the affair looks kind of like this. This goes down across the chest, this part under the belly. It's pretty easy to put on. And he's a good dog. We've been working with him, so he doesn't mind too much. Another thing I like about this kit is these zippers. They can't just get ripped open by the trail. It has a very nice Fastex type buckle here on each of the zippers. So you put this together and snap it like that. And now, even if he would snag a branch or something, which he does often, they're going to move together and you're not going to spill the contents of the pouch. I also like the fact that the pouch is expandable. It has a zipper here. Of course, I've got mine expanded, but you can open that up and you can see there's plenty of room here, and it almost doubles the width of the pouch on the bottom where that zipper is. They do make these in different sizes for different dogs. This is a medium, and it fits him really, really well. I'll put a link down in the description box where you can pick up one of these if you want one for your dog. It does have reflective tape, both sides, and that's just going to help him stay visible if you're out walking along a trail, or if he's out running around in the woods at night. I can see him if he's wearing this pretty clearly, because LED headlamps really reflect this very, very well. All right, let's get into the interior and show you what I've got. The first thing to remember about a dog, especially if he's an outside dog, and ours is that they have very minimal needs. They don't have to carry extra clothes or socks or underwear or anything like that. He does really well without a fire. He'll enjoy mine, of course, but generally speaking, with a thick fur coat, Australian Shepherds and dogs like that are just fine in the outdoors. As a matter of fact, in the cold weather, they're actually many times more comfortable because the hot weather makes them sweat and pant more. However, in the summertime, one of the most important things we need to have for the dog is water. Remember that dogs can drink out of creeks and streams, mud puddles. They can handle water that we can't. But this is a really handy little device. So this opens up like this, and you want to snap this down like so. And then there's a button here that you push, and the water comes out and begins to fill up a little bowl. Come here, Bentley. In the outside part of the pack here, we just simply have some of these treats. All right, so he knows what that is, and he wants to get in there and get some. Also, on the same size, I have a couple of Ziploc bags servings of dry food. I also have a nice can of wet food, and what I will do is I would mix these together. And so we have the can here, these two pieces of dry food, a treat, and then there's room for his water bottle to go here on the top, and zip it back together and snap it securely. Switching to the other side, already got this one unzipped. I have a collapsible silicone bowl. This is for his food, and you can get these online, you get them at Walmart, but this is so I can put his food in there. I also have a bright spoon that you can see if you drop it on the ground. It's something, it's fairly easy to find. You don't want something that's too camouflaged, you'll never be able to get a hold of it again. Also, right here on the top, I have a nice big bone for him to chew on. This is when we get to camp. I'm sitting around the fire. He'll eat his food. He doesn't need a whole lot, and so he'll be able to kick back and relax, have something to chew on while I'm doing whatever. But this gives him something to do then, of course, as well. In the outside pouch on the other side, we have some more of the treats, and this helps him to be obedient. You can train him with this. We've trained him using treats, so you ask him to do something, you reward him, and it just keeps him happy. Of course, when we're out and about, especially in public places, it's always important to keep things cleaned up, and so he carries his own little doggy bags here. So when he does his business, I can easily just pull this out from this dispenser and clean it up, and then put it in its appropriate receptacle when we get to a place where we can do that. Otherwise, we just take it along with us. But this is nice and handy. It does have a little carabiner on it, but I find it's just as easy to pack inside of here. Also have a couple other cans of wet food. Those are different flavors from the other one. You can see that. And then a large can. So this goes together to make him a pretty comprehensive little bag that he can carry. Again, he's a dog. He doesn't require a whole lot like we do as people. But what I would do is I would take and open this up, and we're going to put part of this in here, like that. And then we open up some of his wet food and use the spoon. And then I want to mix that up with the dry food. And of course, he's really interested in that, aren't you? He's a good dog, though. He doesn't just jump at it. All right, let's set it down. Yeah, that's a good dog. And while he's finishing that up, it's a good idea to have some extra Ziploc bags with you, especially if you're bringing some of this wet food, and you can put the extra items in there, and that way it doesn't get all over his pack or his kit, and it helps keep the scent down on the trail. Other animals might pick that up until you get to a place where you can put it in its proper receptacle. Nice thing about these silicone style bowls is you can fold them up so that they can get to what's in the bottom, and you can also turn them inside out like this, and then he'll help lick and clean that up for you. All right, that's a good dog. Yeah, good job, Bentley. Good job. All right, let's put it up. Putting it back on him is pretty easy. You just find the front where this is here, and you want to put his head through it, just like this. Come here, Bentley. Just like this. There you go. Okay, come forward a little bit. Come here. So once we get his head in there and make sure it sits on there real good, and you want to make sure the load is as balanced as possible. And then this is the part that goes underneath. We reach over and grab the buckle, and the buckle goes through this area here. It's a loop down onto the bottom, comes under his leg, and then turn over here, buddy, a little bit. Right here is a buckle that's adjustable, and you pull that down tight. Make sure you don't catch his hair in there, but that will sit on him nice and strong. And again, you can adjust it, and then we don't always keep a leash on him, but again, if you're trail walking, you want to make sure that that stays nicely attached. So right here, and again, you can do the front or the back, whichever you wish, but that works pretty good, don't it? All right. This is James Bender for WayPoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure and check out the links in the description box below, just under the More button. While you're down there, you'll also find a link for waypointsurvival.com. This is where you can sign up to take great classes at our beautiful training facility here in Southern Ohio. You can also find our link for the WayPoint Survival Digital class. This is where you can train in the top 20 skills we consider to be the most important from our Phase 1 Survival and Bushcraft class. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Bentley would really appreciate it. And once you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can be notified of all of our upcoming videos. And we'll talk to you next time.